I even have that.
Oh, you have that right? Oh, let's fucking rate.
For the first time ever.
Wow.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Lousy Advice podcast.
Wait. Start over. That sounded fake.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I have it prepared, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I had to.
Hello and welcome to the Lousy Advice podcast, and welcome to the first game of TuneDraft. That's T-U-N-E, draft.
Woo!
A game in which members of Lousy Advice or guests will competitively collaborate to create artist or genre-centric best of lists.
Damn.
I will be your draft commissioner today, Jake, and creating the list will be...
Shelby!
And Eric. You're
There
a
you go.
commissioner. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a draft commissioner.
Damn.
How does that feel?
Is that an official title for like drafting?
I think so.
Because I don't know sports, so like that's cool.
I don't know sports either. In fact, I don't think this is technically a draft. It's just picking things, but you know, whatever.
It's just a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing here.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just doing a fun BuzzFeed quiz that we made up.
So our topic today, due to her releasing a banger of a song, is Lady Gaga.
Woo, woo, woo.
The best Lady Gaga songs.
We're doing the best Lady Gaga songs collectively.
And so let's first, before we start, what's your guys' Lady Gaga history? What's your credentials as far as...
I saw Lady Gaga for the first time when the Fame came out, her very, very first album. So
where'd you see her?
I saw her at Endfest at Rayleigh Field, and it was amazing. She was wearing an outfit made out of mirrors, and she had like fake mannequins that had like fake blood on them. So like at one point she like ripped the dick off of one of the fake mannequins, and it was like a bloody dick. So
That's
I was
cute.
in love ever since then.
Damn. I don't have those same credentials. I got into her in high school because my friend Jordan was obsessed with her, and then the Fame was like had just come out sort of in the pop cultural ether. But I didn't really like jump in until I heard and saw the video for Bad Romance, and then I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm on board. Sign me up. Exactly. Whatever she's selling with this, I want to buy it. So give that to me." And that's it. I really have no other tie to it apart from just being a fan from that point forward.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that gives us the same credentials because I saw her on accident.
I mean, ish, but you still got to see her during the Fame era. So that was actually, I wish I was aware of this, but so I moved to San Francisco in 2010, and that was my first year of college at SF State. There was an 18 and over club called The Crib. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of The Crib. I never went because I'm a shy boy, and I was like newly out, and so Jordan was always like, "Let's go," and then our friend Nicole was also just like, "Yeah, let's go to The Crib," and that was a whole thing. They went, I never went. It was a thing. Apparently, during that time, at one point, Gaga played The Crib. She performed there. It was like short. It was before Bad Romance, but she did like it wasn't even like a build spot. She showed up and performed like 3 songs at The Crib.
Wow. That'd be crazy.
And it's like an 18+ gay club, so these fucking twinks are losing it. Like
just going for it.
Going off. Apparently, yeah. I heard like so that's bonkers. And I wish I had been more hip in the pop realm. I was such like a shy like subcultural gatekeeper garbage kid at that point. I was really trying to like, well, you just don't get this music, and I don't listen to pop. Like fucking noob, shut up. It was
if somebody's into punk rock music and they say they don't like pop music, they're a liar.
Yeah, truly. Like I always thought that it was like, oh well, pop is just sellout music. Like you don't shut up. You're 12. Go home. Like you don't have an opinion yet. You fool. Yeah. And so that was me until like I became more comfortable with myself, and then I was more like, oh, I have liked this. Like, why am I pretending to be somebody I'm not? This is good music. Fuck off.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight we're going to be creating the definitive list of the 7 best Lady Gaga songs. Do you guys feel any pressure when it comes to crafting the list of the greatest of Gaga?
No, because I feel like Eric and I may agree more than we disagree.
Okay.
Possibly,
Okay.
yeah. I would say because
It's possible.
we've had discussions about this before.
We have, yeah.
Not to say we fully agreed on everything, but I'm excited to see if our sort of perspectives have changed in the last however long since we had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm also like I don't really know how many people listen to this podcast, so I'm not nervous because like we're not going to get people calling out and being like, actually, this, that. We're not going to get that. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we get like hella fame, and then everyone's like, whoa, they did that. Whatever. Who cares? It doesn't even matter. But
Yeah.
to that,
At that point, Lady Gaga's gonna listen to this, and she's gonna let us know
I
what the
mean,
real top 7 is, and that's all that matters.
hook us the fuck up.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go
Oh.
through the rules first,
Okay.
and then to catch everybody up to speed, and then we will get on with the trivia question.
Go off.
Okay, I will be asking the two of them a trivia question related to tonight's subject, which, like we said, is Lady Gaga. And the person who gets the correct answer will be the first to select their drafting position. One person will be drafting the songs that go in the 7, 6, 4, and 2 position, while the other will be drafting numbers 5, 3, and 1. Each participant will receive one veto, which they can use to remove a song from the position it was just played in. It can be played again, but not in the same position. Okay, do you guys have any rules, questions before we get to the actual trivia?
Yes. How
Okay.
do we play this game? I'm kidding. Let's keep going.
Okay. So any real questions before we get to the trivia?
No, I think
No.
I'm good.
I'll
Okay.
ask as we go if I get stuck.
Cool. Okay. So the trivia question is, what is the name of Lady Gaga's male alter ego that performed at the MTV
Oh.
VMAs?
Oh.
What's his name? Brick?
It was Joe something.
I don't remember.
It was something Italian. It
Steven.
was Joe. I'm going with Joe.
I'm gonna say
I can't
Steven.
remember. There was a last name that went with it. I can't remember what it is.
Okay. I unfortunately cannot take that answer. It is Joe Calderone.
Oh,
Ah! Okay, fine.
So luckily I have a backup question.
yes.
What name another artist that Lady Gaga has written a song for? There's a bunch in here, so I'm sure you guys can eventually land on it.
Britney Spears. That's an answer.
Is that on my list?
No,
is
well-
that correct?
Well,
I think you're right.
because she like originally Telephone wasn't hers; it was written for Britney Spears, and she did a demo of Telephone. Go like if you look it up too, it's Britney Spears doing Telephone. It's wild. It's a really it's like a very silly version, but ultimately it ended up being a Gaga song.
Okay, I'm gonna take it because it said that she also wrote Quicksand.
Oh, for Britney Spears?
Yes.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah. so there you go. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had on my list Pussycat Dolls, New Kids on the Block, Akon, Fergie, I had and a couple more on here.
Oh wow. Okay.
But okay, Eric, which position would you like? Would you prefer more picks, or would you prefer to have the crucial positions?
I'm gonna go ahead and do the more picks.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the
So that
7,
means-
6, 4, and 2 slot.
Okay. In which case, we will start with you then. Eric, if you could give us your number 7 pick and the reason why you picked it,
Okay.
that would be fantastic.
Here we go. Are you guys ready to start this fucking thing?
Oh,
Bam, bam,
I'm
bam.
ready to go.
Let's go off. Okay. So number 7, I picked a song. Yeah. So okay, I don't really like have any nostalgic hindsight for something that's like how a lot of people have weird feelings about new music of artists, being like, well, it's not like their old stuff. So I put "Stupid Love," which is the second to newest single. I don't know what Chromatica is going to sound like. If "Stupid Love," "Rain on Me," and that other single that came out, I think was there another single? Yes. If those have any sort of if that's going to be just the general aesthetic, it's going to be a great album. I think "Stupid Love" is the best of the singles. It's exactly what I want from Gaga. Is sort of like stupid gay pop music is kind of all I want from her. Just like the silliest, most gay, slappy, dumb dancing drunk in a club silliness that is also so theatric and yeah, so that's why I chose it. So that doesn't go with all songs because I think that she contains within herself multitudes and performative theatrical elements. So there are like ballad elements of some songs that I'm like, yes, I'm here for this. I'm here for a performance. I'm here for it. And this song is definitely one of those songs that like, this is a stupid pop love song that is just like candy, Jolly Rancher, sour gummy worm bullshit that I am absolutely here for. So that's that. That's my number 7.
It's got such like an 80s vibe to it too.
Yes. It's like late 80s, like 1990, almost it's like a 1990 pop song.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
So that
very synthy,
very just like it's good, it's simple, it's to the point. Again, the pop structure of the song is just like intro, verse, chorus. Again, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, done. And I'm like, yeah, give me it. Give me it's like a simple song, but it really hits. Yeah. That's it. That's my choice.
Shelby, what are your thoughts?
I think that I agree with him in the sense that I'm not like, oh man, her first album was the best and all the songs should be from that. I definitely think that I mean, on my list, I have one of the new singles on there. I have one of the new singles on there as well, on my list. So
hell yeah,
I agree. I don't know. I think he hit it on the head. I will say though that on our lists, I said at the beginning that I think we'll probably be pretty in line, but at this point, I think that might not be true.
Wow,
that's okay.
So I assume no veto from you then.
No veto, definitely not.
Cool. All right. So then we can move on. Eric.
Yes.
Your number 6 pick, please, for the list.
Oh, wow. Okay, I forgot that I get to go twice here. God, it's going to be so much of me talking. Yo, Jesus. Okay, for the number 6 pick, I chose a song that I feel like was largely overlooked from her third album. It's a song that, for the same reasons as the first, really goes off in a very fun and nostalgic pop way. Fashion of His Love from Born This Way is my number 6 pick. Do you guys know that song?
I don't. I'm going to have to listen to it after it.
It sounds like a cover of a Whitney Houston song from Whitney Houston in the 80s.
Ooh.
It's like it's almost, it has the same cadence as I Want to Dance with Somebody. Like that big kind of bubblegum pop synth, like New York madness shit for pop music. And I feel like it's a very simple song, but I don't know. I feel like it got overlooked in the same way that some of her like really good songs get overlooked. It's a really good song. It was one of the standouts from that album because that record had like what 15, 16 songs
many
on
singles.
it.
So many singles.
And
it's a long record.
It's a long record. It had a ton of singles too. And I feel like this was one that was like, it made the cut obviously, but it kind of got buried a little bit in just a bunch of other goofy songs. But it's really good. It's a great song. I love it.
So I also have never listened to it. Shelby, I'm going to ask you if you want to veto. I know it's hard to veto something that you've never heard.
Yeah, I'm not going to veto it for that very reason.
Yeah,
I can't in good faith do that.
Yeah. So if that's the case and everybody's fine with that one, then we can move on to the first Shelby pick, I guess, which will be number 5 on our list.
Perf.
So my number 5 is "Rain on Me" featuring Ariana Grande.
Oh wow! That made number 5.
It did, yeah. It really did. It hit different for me because I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan. I think her as a person and the way she presents herself, for the most part, is pretty stupid. However, I fucking love her. Her voice is amazing. I saw her live once too, and just watching women who can really fucking sing, man, the both of them together is just like my perfect formula. That was my perfect formula for a song. So that's my choice.
Eric, what are your thoughts?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw Shelby. You were still talking, and I saw Lucy was about to go for a squirrel, so I was like, I have to run over here. But I had my headphones on, so I heard everything. Yeah, it was a weird little contortion act. So generally, I'd thought about putting Rain on Me on this list as well because it came out 2 days ago, and I've been playing it a lot, and I think it's a great song. I also love the Ariana Grande feature. I love that it's just like it's almost like a fighting game in both its visual aspect of the music video, but also in the way it's written. So like the first verse is Gaga, the second verse is Ariana, and then they do like almost dueling choruses. And then that bridge is almost like two different aesthetic characters where she does that stupid fucking ballroom voice that I absolutely hate. It's like, hands up to the sky. I'll be your galaxy.
Amazing.
I'm like, shut up, Gaga, go away. Like, it's so...
That shit's funny. It's hilarious.
It's so, but that's the thing. It's funny. It's bad and campy and shit, but it is funny, and I do like it in just the general of the song. I don't think I'm gonna veto. I think fuck. I don't know if I want to veto this because I only get one veto, right?
Yeah. You guys both have to consider we're running out of space here now.
Yeah.
Only 4 songs left after this one.
Yeah. But then I feel like such an asshole because this is Shelby's first, and I'm gonna be like, actually, fucking no.
Actually, pick a different one, please.
Yeah.
Well, he can't veto my number 1 pick, right?
I can't.
He could.
He
if
could.
He saved it,
I don't think. You know what? I don't think he will though. So it's fine. Keep going.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want, Eric.
Okay. You know what? I'm so sorry, Shelby. I'm gonna veto Rain on Me for the list.
Oh.
I'm glad your opinion is so important.
You're welcome. Because I do think.
Are you worried about recency bias with that song?
Are you talking to me or Shelby?
To you.
Recency bias in the sense that it's recent and that's why I'm vetoing it?
No, it's recent and that's why like Shelby's like so like elated on it.
Well, I think that has something to do with it, and I would agree that it's a good song.
It has everything to do with the fact that I'm a huge, even bigger than Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande fan.
Okay.
That's my one defense on it.
Okay.
That it is recent, however, that is why I love it the most.
So then I will stand behind my veto choice. Okay. Not to say that I dislike Ariana Grande, but because this is a Gaga top, I will say I'm going to veto that song and replace it.
Okay. Alrighty. Shelby,
Nice.
you need to give us your alternate number 5 pick.
Oh, my alternate then is for sure. My alternate is AA, Nothing Else I Can Say from The Fame. I love that song.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I love that song. I think it's amazing.
So,
I think it's one of the best songs on The Fame for sure.
I literally spent like 40 minutes deciding whether or not I should put that on my list. And it was on my list, and then it was off my list, and it was on my list. And it is my third alternate.
Yeah, I think it's such a sleeper. I think it's such a sleeper.
It is an Ace of Base fucking beauty pageant is what that song is. It is just some stupid fucking Aqua Ace of Base pop.
It's just a song that you literally sing at the top of your lungs when you're in the car and it comes on.
Yeah.
It's just a goofy, fun. There's not really a lot of emotion to it. You can just fully enjoy it. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, okay. I'm so happy I vetoed Rain on Me because that is a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more sleeper hits on that record.
Right?
Because those first 2 records are the ones that I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
Like out of all of them. And that the like all those songs are bangers, and that one is definitely one that doesn't get talked about enough as far as
yeah, back then if I had heard that song on that record, I would have been like, "Oh, this is great." But all I was really hearing was like Paparazzi and Just Dance and you know. So you're getting the singles, especially for a new pop star. That's kind of it, right? Is you're going to get a lot of single work.
There you go. Number 5. So then we are back to Eric again.
Why?
Lucy wanted back in, so I had to open the door for her. No, I feel bad because I'm just like totally jumping over this, but it's fine because I love attention, so give me all of it.
Well, I mean, you're fine.
Wait, okay, so number 4, this is the number 4 spot?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Only 4 songs left. It's getting crowded now.
It is getting crowded. I'm going to say, and this, I don't think this is like a big upset choice. I think this is gonna kind of be par for the course, but Telephone
Oh, yes.
is my number 4 spot because it is a fantastic song. The Beyonce feature is incredible. The video was so fun, so silly, dumb fucking Kill Bill reference up the ass, like so silly. The costumes were great, the sets were great, the song was great. It was just like such a good song. Again, the Beyonce feature was incredible. Again, dumb, like silly ass pop song about how you can't get reception in a club. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, don't call me, I'm dancing because I probably don't even get reception and you're boring. So I'm gonna dance and probably fuck somebody else tonight. So again, aesthetically, I'm like, yeah, this is so inconsequential and silly. I'm on board.
It's a fun song to drum to too, actually.
Oh, it is a good song to drum to.
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite like drum remix style songs to play to is that one. It's
Hell
good.
yeah.
Shelby?
I'm gonna leave that because it was one of my alternates for my top 3. So
Ooh.
it wasn't on my top 3, but it was one of my alternates because it didn't deserve to be any lower than top 3. But I'm indecisive.
Okay.
Dope. Yeah.
So we're at the halfway point on the list here. Okay.
Gorge.
I'm gonna go through everything that we have so far. 7, Stupid Love. 6, Fashion of His Love. Two loves in a row, huh?
Yeah, gotta love it. Got to love it.
5, AA, Nothing Else I Could Say, and number 4, Telephone. And we have Shelby with 1 veto, and Eric has used his.
No, wait. Oh, I've used mine. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Okay, so the number 3 pick will be Shelby's pick. Number 3, Lady Gaga song.
So this song is from an album that I feel like got a lot of hate. It's from Art Pop. Yeah. Eric, it's fine.
Eric's reaction was great.
A lot of people really hated Art Pop. They really did. But this one song on Art Pop was fantastic, and I've always wanted to see a lip sync for your life on RuPaul's Drag Race for it. But I chose Manicure.
Oh my God.
It's the redeeming song of that record for me.
Whoa.
Do you hate it? You can't veto it.
I can't veto it.
I know.
Oh my God.
I knew I was going to get shit for this, but this is my top Lady Gaga list, and I fucking love Manicure, man. It's a dumb song. I love it. Your silence is deafening.
Oh my God.
Eric, would you like to weigh in on?
Yeah, I mean, I can't veto it, but Manicure as being number 3.
Yep.
I mean, go off. Again, this is absolutely opinion based. So like, by all means, like live your fucking fantasy in this. I will argue that there were only 2 redeeming songs from the Art Pop record. Okay, hear me out. I do like the album. I know that's controversial because it is canonically and generally it's a bad album. It's not good. I have listened to it many times, and there are some songs on there that I really fuck with. Manicure is fun. They're all fun. But the 2 songs that I consider to be like canonically Gaga from that record are Applause, which was the single. I think is great, even though that fucking Kuntz reference is so stupid and silly. It's just like shut up. But then the other one is the song title is a slur for Romani people.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that song, like as a song, is so fucking good. It's so good. So both of those songs are the only 2 songs on my alternate from Art Pop. They're the only 2 songs I featured from Art Pop. But I mean, Manicure's cool.
You know what? Can I actually change mine? Can I change mine? Please?
You have to use your veto. You have to self-veto yourself then.
I still get my number 1 though, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll veto myself and put Hey Girl from Joanne. I'll put Hey Girl on there, featuring Florence Welch. I'll do that. For the sake of what's right, I will not put a song from Art Pop on our top 7.
I mean, arguably, I would say Joanne's worse.
I don't think so. Really, that's fine. I love that record. I really did because of the songwriter in me. I love that record.
Yeah. See, to some degree, I get it, and when I listen to it, I think like for a lot of people, it wasn't what they were expecting, and I just have not gone back to giving it another chance. It's an album that I really didn't give a shit about. Like, Perfect Illusion was great. Again, the single, and I was like, yeah, another Gaga record. It's gonna be this, and then it wasn't, and I was like, oh.
She has done it twice where she didn't give anybody what she thought they were gonna get, but I think that song is great. I'll put that there because it is a much better song than Manicure, even though Manicure is a hype song for me. I stand by that. I used my veto, and that is what I'm saying.
I will say Manicure it's fun. It's like it's chunky and chompy and just like it's a fucking heel clomp song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like
it's like I'm doing my makeup and getting ready for a night out.
Yeah, and every beat you're just slamming heels on hardwood floor and just making a mess of sound. Just like kush, 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 kush at every fucking beat. That's what that song is. And so for that, I'm like, oh, this is a deleted scene from Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That is what that song is. So to that, I'll say sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Okay. Hey Girl, number 3.
Yes,
oh
Hey
God.
Girl. But then you wanted more picks, Eric. You could have picked the top ones, but you wanted more picks. So.
It's true. I also didn't.
Yeah.
I also didn't want to be left to the number one choice.
I was okay with that. I felt comfortable.
I'm really curious what the number one's going to be. I'm really curious.
I also feel like we have the same opinion on number one.
Because definitely on a personal level, on a personal level, none of my picks have been picked so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll go over all of that after, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
So number 2?
Okay. Number 2, which will be Eric's pick.
Okay. So my number 2 isn't necessarily controversial. Like I said at the top, it is the song that got me into Lady Gaga. And largely what got me into it was the video accompanied with the song. And the song is Bad Romance. So Bad Romance is my number 2. Because I think that video is so aesthetically, theatrically compelling and like artistic and fucked up. Like those Steve McQueen armadillo shoes, the fucking burning bed with the human corpse, her climbing out of the white coffins, the eye visual manipulation of like having huge eyes and like that dance, like the whole Resident Evil sort of zombie bullshit aesthetic that is also present. It had so many elements. I know I'm just talking about the video, but the song accompanied with that, it makes it my number 2. And the song's great.
It also gave us the "Ain't You That Rah Rah Bitch" meme, which I love.
Yes. Oh my God. If the rah rah isn't just an iconic piece of pop culture, how, when you first heard that song, how silly was that?
Oh my God, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was the most made fun of song ever, but it's one of her most famous songs.
I mean, it hit though. And like the fucking just like like the weird organ thing in the back, like rah 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 rah, and you're like, what is happening?
Just ridiculous. It's chaos.
Who is this absolute wild person? Who is this girl? Like, who is this? Tell me who this is.
Yeah, it's chaos.
Yeah, but because of that, it got my attention and it made me a fan. Like I was. Because again, the fame to me felt, and I've since changed my mind, but the fame to me felt like just some other shitty pop star, which I think was the intention, which makes me sort of like change my opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know, because like the whole point is like the fame, it's getting famous, it's parties, it's glamour, it's drunk nights, it's drugs, it's sex, it's just dance. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all of those things. And to me, I was just like, oh, okay, I don't care. And then as soon as she fell her disco ass into Hot Topic for Bad Romance, I was like, yes, I am so here for this. Give me whatever version of that is. Give me whatever this is. I'm on board. That's
Alrighty,
it. That's
number
me
2.
choice.
Shelby, do you have anything to add to that, or?
You know what? I could understand that being in the top for sure because it also is a fun song to sing.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. It's a very fun song to sing. She has a great voice and she showcases it a lot.
I have great memories of this song. It's like me, Cody, Brandon, and Kyle, like like top down in Brandon's like VW Golf, like just like bumping this song so hard.
It was that song, wasn't it?
Just four straight dudes like just rocking out to this, you know?
Well, like it felt like a scary song. Like all of the dissonant fucking minor chords and all of like
Totally, yeah.
like all of that
Yeah.
stuff with like this driving fucking bass beat, this bass snare just like blah blah blah. It was just like this weird amalgam of scary and adrenaline and pop and like gorgeous horror is what it felt like.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I feel like that song turned a lot of straight people.
I feel so too, because that's definitely one of the first songs of hers I ever heard for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
it. It was the song.
Cool. Alrighty, number 1, Shelby. Let me go through what we have so far
Yes.
before we do the big drum roll for number 1 here. Okay.
Yes.
So starting at number 7, the best of Lady Gaga, her 7 greatest songs as chosen by. Well, actually, you know what? And not as chosen by. This is definitive. There's no other correct list
No.
except for this one.
This is the only
This is
list.
definitive. Yeah.
I don't like that. Send us your lists from home, guys.
Yeah.
7?
Oh yeah. Please send us
Oh, yeah, that'd be
your
great.
lists.
Yeah.
Send it anywhere, like our Instagram or whatever. Just fuck us up with your list.
Number 7, Stupid Love. Number 6, Fashion of His Love. Number 5, AA, Nothing Else I Can Say, in parentheses, of course. 4, Telephone. 3, Hey Girl. 2, Bad Romance. And number 1, Shelby.
Eric and I have had many conversations about this song, which is why I felt like he would not fight me on it. He might fight me on it. I don't know.
I can't wait to hear the reaction.
So this song was released only as a single,
Oh.
and it's called The Cure.
That is the correct answer.
It is.
That
It
is the
It's a great
absolute
song.
correct answer. Jake, have you heard this song?
Yes, I have.
Do you like
It's
this song?
fantastic.
When you sent it to me, I liked it. Yes.
Okay.
This is everything. If I want, okay, my brain. So this song is everything that I want out of a pop song if they're gonna go the emotional route. Truly,
Yep.
it's very sweet. It still has that like kind of fun beat, but I just can't. From a songwriter's perspective, it is like the perfect pop song to me.
I could not agree with you more. That like that like hook
Absolutely.
as
And
like
that gets stuck in your head. Just that gets stuck in your head.
it sounds like it's also like this weird sort of background equalized like fairy whistle, and so it almost gives like in my head I picture like a room full of water with a bunch of silk on the walls. I know that's like the single picture, but it's like that sound is just echoing across. Like it's just so good. I think
Absolutely.
yeah. Structurally, from a songwriting perspective, it hits all of the beats because like the beat is so soft and subtle. It's almost like you're listening to the song underwater.
Yeah.
And then it's like the soft whisper of a love song. And then the chorus is just like fucking Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
Yes.
I Will
it
Always
is.
Love You, Whitney Houston. Big,
Yes.
like,
It's her diva moment.
It is
That's
her
big
diva moment.
That
Yeah.
really is.
and she blends like, she'll like blend from like a high note falsetto into like a big beefy chest voice in such a seamless way. It almost just sounds so creamy. Like she does such a good job. Like it's just such a good song.
And her voice, from a singer's perspective, so she hits
Yes.
every single register that she has access to, which is every register. She has the greatest range of any pop star out there,
Yeah.
and that's fucking canon. Like that, it's
She's-
canon between her and Beyonce. Like they can both get to both sides.
Yeah,
Um,
they can nail
so
it.
she does that all in one song. She gets to every single tiny part of her register. She hits it
Yeah.
like perfectly.
And I will also say, now talking about this, I feel like part of the reason I did not like Joanne is because this was the single after Art Pop, after that critically revolting album. Again,
Yeah.
generally the consensus was that it was a bad record. I would
Right.
argue that it was in the same way. This was the single following that. So she had come
It was.
off of that this single was such a win in my eyes. I was like, oh my God, here it comes. Here's that record. It's on its fucking way. And then Perfect Illusion came out. And I was like, oh, here's the dance song. Go off. This song is sick. And then Joanne was nothing like that.
Yeah.
And then
So you know what I will say about Joanne is that the reason I love it so much, we have both been in the timeline at the time of these things happening.
Yes.
Which is interesting to hear both of our perspectives, because for me, it was, okay, art pop fucking sucked. That really sucks. I love Lady Gaga, but I really hated that record.
Yeah.
And then, she puts out The Cure and Perfect Illusion, which was cool, but then she put out, so in between at some point she did a record with Tony Bennett, which also sucked.
Yeah.
One of those songs is on my list.
Was it?
She was,
yeah.
She was getting so much hate. She was getting so much hate, and then she stepped back and was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a fucking album. I'm gonna write it exactly what I want it to be. I'm gonna put every ounce of my heart and soul into an album. And if they still don't like it, that's fine. But this is exactly what I want it to be. And she went through some traumatic shit when she was writing that. So that album to me is just like her most honest self. So that is why I love that record, and that's why I love that Florence Welch song with her.
See. So I can totally 100% see that. I will argue on the opposite side, just in the sense that I don't know if I've ever seen authentic Lady Gaga, because I think Lady Gaga is a persona, and I think every album is her doing drag.
Okay.
So somebody had brought this up on another podcast that I was listening to, and like the idea of getting famous, like the famous pop star was her first record. That's what it was all about. It was called Getting Famous. The next one was that like more artistic, and I mean, I guess this is
Monster.
It was like monster drag. So this is generally like, you can argue it either way, because yes, it is her trajectory, but in hindsight, you can be like, well, it was intentional, when I don't think that that's entirely true. But coming out of this, Joanne to me felt like conservative drag. It was like, it was where she's like, she's LA, she's Brooklyn, she's New York, she's Manhattan, she's San Francisco. She is these super, she's the coastal pop star. She's like this super like queer baity and like draggy pop singer, right? She's for like, in that way. I think Joanne was her trying to like win over a more conservative crowd, because I still think that like, even though she's the biggest,
I never looked at it like that.
She's the biggest pop star in the world, she still has a lot of people who are like, oh well, Gaga's like for queers or whatever. I think Joanne was a more tamed version of like, I'm just like you. I smoke Marlboro cigarettes. I drink Bud Light. I wear a cowboy hat. I'm on a motorcycle. I shoot guns. I know what a plane looks like. I've seen a plateau. Look, there's an armadillo. I'm in the country. And you're like, you know what I mean? She's like, I wanted to fuck Marlon Brando like or I wanted to fuck James Dean just like all of you guys. You know what I mean? So it's like she's dipping her toe into all of these worlds to try to get to. It's almost like she's getting like her Pokemon badges from each gym.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Because even before that, sometime in between, she got her New York Starlet Manhattan badge with Tony Bennett. Where she's like, I am New York, darling, or whatever, right? Like that's what she was doing. She's like, I can sing a piano and drink a martini, and like, she's like, I'm a lady who lunches, whatever. So that was like, that's what it felt like. And so coming off of that, and then going into this other thing, I was like, oh, she's just doing. She's performing as a character. She's doing all these different drag things, and then knowing that Joanne was the album that was setting a precedent for her in A Star Is Born.
I did not think of it from that perspective.
Yeah, I was like, she's also
like Shallow.
You what?
I just needed to throw it out there that I don't like Shallow, but I do love making fun of it by singing it.
I love Shallow. Shallow's such a. I think Shallow's a great song.
I think it'd be better without Bradley Cooper.
Oh, agreed. I would not argue there. He's got a great voice.
That's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation. No. No, it's okay. I feel like I'm just clomping fucking heel clomping all over everybody else in this conversation. So I'm sorry for just jumping all over. But I will say Joanne felt like a character study for A Star Is Born. So
Interesting.
So to me, and again, it might just be coincidental that it lined up that way, but part of me just feels like she was trying to change her image into this more of like a country songwriter to fit the aesthetic of what A Star Is Born had been previously with like the Chris Christopherson, Barbra Streisand version, and sort of distancing herself from a pop image so that in the narrative structure of the movie, when she becomes a quote-unquote sellout pop star, it's more impactful narratively. And it's more believable that she's a small-town girl living in a lonely world. You know what I mean?
Naturally. Yeah.
So, again, it might just be coincidental. It might just be me overanalyzing things. It just felt like a character study. And to that degree, I can respect it. There are certain songs that I'm on board with Joanne, but I never got it.
Okay.
There it is.
Sorry.
No.
I'm just...
Don't be sorry for your opinion.
Go off.
I'm not sorry for mine, and I have some arguably bad opinions, so that's
Go off.
fine.
But same, I also have arguably bad opinions. So I
Okay.
like, if you guys want to combat me on that, if you want to physically fucking fight me on this, just
I'm ready to fight.
go
So
off.
what I want right now is I want to know Jake and Eric. I want to know both of your guys' actual lists.
Okay.
Well, so first, before I go through mine, let's go through what your guys' alternates were.
Okay.
The ones that didn't, or not the alternates, the ones that you picked that didn't make the cut.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give my list.
Okay.
So
Do your
7 was what?
No, I was gonna say do your list and alternates. Do both.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the alternates written down.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like as a list, like that, it would be much more messy
Oh,
for me to try to navigate through. Okay, so 7 was AA. Nothing else I can say.
Ooh.
I had to make sure that was on the list. So when that did change, when Rain on Me got vetoed, I had to make sure it was still on the list.
So
Yeah.
Shelby, that was literally my number 7 too.
Wow.
Oh,
Synergy.
3 times.
Wow.
Three iterations of my list. That was my number 7.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6 was Edge of Glory.
Okay.
I love the song. She's like had said in an interview that it was written about her grandpa, and then looking at it from that perspective makes me a little sad.
Yeah.
So, love that. 5 was Rain on Me.
Mm-hmm.
4 was Hey Girl. 3 was Manicure. Eric, just please don't love me after this.
I love.
Number 2 was You and I, which is an amazing song that I think deserves to be on the list, but I'm not going to argue it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And then number 1, The Cure.
Okay.
Eric,
Oh, you want me to do my whole?
please.
Okay. So my number 7 ended up being Stupid Love, and then 6 was Fashion of His Love, which we got. My number 5 was actually Speechless,
Oh, that's a good song.
Okay.
because I think that song is fantastic.
We can touch on that one later.
Yeah. And then 4 was Telephone. Number 3 is where I put Edge of Glory.
Okay.
Okay.
And then 2 Bad Romance. 1 was The Cure. My alternate
Wow.
list.
Number 1 was The Cure. That makes me so happy.
Number 1 was The Cure.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Synergy on your guys' list. That's
I mean,
crazy.
it really is just such a fucking good song.
It's a great song.
And
It's a
just,
great song.
I know she's hella famous and so many people love that song, but I feel like it got just at how good the song is, it got overlooked. So it's number 1.
It did.
My alternates were the song with the slur title that I think is great. It's a good song, but again, and Applause. So those were the only 2 from Art Pop that I had on my list. Number 10, or like another alternate was Hair from Born This Way.
That's incorrect.
Okay, I know it's incorrect, which is why it was an alternate. It didn't make my list.
You guys are gonna eviscerate me for mine. So
I
it's fine.
think it's a very fun. It is the silliest song. Like, it is like 14-year-old like, I want to buy Manic Panic. You can't buy that. That shit's bad for your hair. Yeah. Like, it's just the silliest song. Like, I just want to be me, and I want friends to invite me to their parties. I'm like, go off, sad girl. Like, oh my God. Anyways, so that was so stupid. What ended up being an alternate was AA because I didn't make my list, and then Paparazzi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised Paparazzi didn't make it on there. It actually probably should have somewhere.
Well, okay, I was gonna argue.
It's one of her best early. I think it's the best single off that first record.
I just don't know where I would put it.
I think it's the best single because of her MTV VMA performance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember that performance?
Do you remember that performance? It was fucking madness.
It was
fucking madness.
It was so iconic. Like, I mean, again, I will argue the ableist connotations because I do think that there's a level of like ableism or like using disabled mannerisms as a way to be grotesque that I think is like kind of disgusting that Gaga did for that performance. So in that way, I'm like, ugh about it. But generally, like her hanging from the cord and like bleeding from her eyes, I was just like, oh my God, who the fuck is this? Like, it was so good. It was so good.
It was pretty gnarly.
It was so gnarly. I was like, this is fuck. Yeah, exactly. Sell me on that horror shit. Like, that's all it is. Yeah. So Jake, what's your list?
What's your list?
You guys gotta be like,
should we stay silent until the end of it, or what?
No, please. No, I would love to, because, okay, you guys are gonna think this is wild. My number 7 is her version of "Baby It's Cold Outside."
I need you to get the fuck out of here, Jake.
Jacob, what the fuck?
We're doing we're doing Christmas covers.
This is why
I love that song. That's why I did it for this. Okay, we can skip over that one. Number 6 is "Heavy Metal Lover" off of "Born This Way."
Okay, you know what? I'm not mad about that.
I'm not mad about it, but it is confusing that that's on your top list. But not for you.
I agree, Shelby. I feel the same way, Shelby.
Okay.
This is probably the last pick I'll get criticized for. It's "I Can't Give You Anything But Love," which is that Tony Bennett.
You have 2 Tony Bennett duets on here?
No. "Baby It's Cold Outside" is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah,
but
an actor, not even a musician. It's actor.
So good. It's so good.
That's like being like my favorite song was from the Trolls soundtrack.
It's good. It's really good.
That is like saying my favorite song is "Only Hope" by Mandy Moore from.
Oh my God, that's saying her favorite.
You
like,
love Mandy Moore,
my God, I can't even. I do love Mandy Moore. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Jake. Please continue.
Okay. So here we go. We're getting into the really good stuff now. Number 4 is on my list is "So Happy I Could Die" off of Fame Monster.
Okay.
I love that song. I fucking love that song. Then I have my number 3 is "Monster" because I also love that song.
Yours is just so very different.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Not in a bad way. I'm not being mean.
Number 2 is "Bad Romance."
Okay, look at us.
Look at there's some synergy there. And my number 1, which I think is easily within my top 5 pop songs ever written, is "Speechless."
Oh yay! Speechless is your favorite.
Yeah,
so,
I rant and rave about that song all the time. I think it's like a perfect song. It's so good.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Like seeing her perform that with just a piano and her is so just monumentally impressive.
Yeah.
Just her going the fuck off on a piano singing "Speechless." Her voice, like the growls, all of it is so good.
Totally. Yeah. And because there are some real points where she really gets her voice like a little gritty and it's like perfect.
Yep.
In the spots that she chooses to like do it in that.
Yeah.
What I was reading earlier, because I was like looking up songs and like reading like the background and stuff, was that apparently this is like a very mixed song as far as like critically, which is so strange to me.
Speechless?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have a quote here from Sal of Slant Magazine. He said it's the lone dud on the album. And he says, not because it's a bad song or poorly performed, but because, like, on the Fame, when Gaga tries to show her softer side, it comes off as a fraud.
Oh.
And I just want to say, fuck you to that guy. Because, yeah, I just love the song so much. I love the story behind the song. I think it's really interesting because it sounds like a love song, but it's, like, not a love song, kind of. You know what I mean?
It's like a hate song?
No, because it's about her. It's about her urging her dad to have surgery.
Oh no shit.
On his heart. Yeah. It's like a song to him about, because apparently he had this heart condition and wouldn't get the surgery, and so it's a song for him about being like, please, if you don't go through with it, I'll never talk again. I'll never love again. Like that kind of, yeah. That's what I think makes the song even better. That's why the guy who says it's a fraud can go fuck himself.
Yeah, truly.
Fuck you, guy.
It's
Fuck you, guy.
such a good song. It is such a good song.
And it's just got so many cool. It's got so many like the Queen influences and some weird like Pink influence. Like it's got so many different things in it that I just absolutely love it. And Me First and the Gimme Gimme's fucked up the cover.
You know what?
Too.
No, fuck off. I will argue that cover is great.
Oh,
you know what? You know what? And I don't really even give a shit about Me First, but because they're just a cover band. But again, they make some fun covers. I think that one is great. I do love Are We Not Men, We Are Diva. I do think
it's a great record.
It's a great record. You think that's the worst song on the record?
Easily, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it at think
it's his favorite Gaga song. Imagine if they tried to cover The Cure.
You know what?
Think of it of that perspective.
Thank you, Shelby. You're correct. If they tried to cover The Cure, I would not ever forgive them. Oh yeah, I would never talk again. Honestly, like,
yeah,
truly. So yeah, no, okay. Then in that regard, I respect that opinion. I disagree. But coming from that perspective, I totally feel that, and I can see why. Like, I would just be like, I don't want to fucking listen to this. Like, way to fuck that shit up.
I'm sorry, my dog is being.
And I want to say the best cover on that record is the Paula Abdul cover.
Oh yeah.
That's actually
okay.
That's correct.
That is canon. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they covered the only good Paula Abdul song.
I mean, what other one were they gonna pick?
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? Fucking now that I'm looking at that record, Beautiful is really fucking good too. It says here that Lady Gaga was on an episode of The Hills.
She was.
Because to get trivia, I went through this 60 fun facts about Lady Gaga thing, and that was on there.
We love The Hills, man. That was like when she was first becoming famous, I believe, and one of the girls on The Hills worked for a record label, so they they featured an Alkaline Trio at one point, which was weird. They featured a lot of random, some of the artists that were like supposed to make it and didn't get famous. But then like some real big stars.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Lady Gaga was on an episode of The Hills.
Cute.
And right as you left too, I said actually the Paula Abdul cover may be neck and neck with the Christina Aguilera cover on that record.
Oh, damn it! Wait, okay. I'm gonna just look.
They did Beautiful on that one.
Beautiful was so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Was that the last record they put out? Yeah.
No, they actually. Is that the last one?
2014. I don't think they put one out since.
Yeah, I think they've only done a greatest hit since then, which obviously isn't a new record. So.
Yeah, Straight Up is so good. Beautiful is so good. I'm gonna argue Speechless is great. Again, I know that's not the consensus, but that's fine. On the Radio is pretty good.
Yeah.
And Top of the World. Okay, you know what? It's a good record.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
cool.
Do you guys want to go over some just general songs that were possibles?
Because those were all my picks. I didn't do alternates since I wasn't gonna be doing the thing. I just did my 7 picks.
Do you have
alternates? See if we would line up, and we very much did not line up.
Oh yeah.
So are we gonna talk about Summer Boy? I can't remember. It's on her first album. Have you guys listened to that song?
So Summer Boy was one of the 4 songs from the Fame that I put down on my list.
Yeah, that was one of my alternates. I think it's a sleeper.
It is kind of a sleeper in the same way that AA is. I think
yeah.
Summer Boy is also kind of a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really have some regrets over You and I not being on the list, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's a good song. There's So I'm not going to argue that it's a bad song because I do love You and I also love the music video and how chaotic it is, where it's just like she's a mermaid in a barn. And then she's also like a witch in a cornfield, and then she's also doing drag in a cornfield. But then there's like other monsters in the barn, and she's being tested on because she's like different. And thematically, it's really messy. Visually, it was gorgeous, and everything was wet or dry, and there was no in between. It was either like drenched or it was fucking bone dry.
Although it's hard for me to want to sing a song, like I like that song as one of my karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Until she gets to the from Nebraska, Nebraska.
I hate.
That's not relatable at all.
I hate the Nebraska
shit?
part of that song. It's so silly, and I know it's for the dude she was seeing, and Nebraska reminds her of that guy. Which go off, Queen. We love crushes, but it's such a bad part of the song. Like, can you go in there and riff? And she's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I got it." She's like, "Nebraska, like, what are you doing?"
And I think for that reason alone, I can live with the fact that it didn't make the list. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Shelby, what else did you have besides Summer Boy that didn't make the list?
I just am full of unpopular opinions. I really liked Alejandro. I know it wasn't one of her songs.
I hate that song.
It's such a fun song.
Then Jake, you don't have to call her name then. If you don't like that song, you don't call her name.
I'm sorry, dude.
Honestly,
Like,
I can't handle your. Okay, you put a Christmas song on your list.
It's good.
I'm sorry, but I just can't deal with that.
Yeah, that's that. I'll listen to it after this, but that is almost inarguably incorrect. Putting a Christmas cover.
Every time the intro of Alejandro comes on, I like cringe and like just so bad. I can't stand it. Oh my god, that song and Teeth on that record I fucking hate so much.
You don't like Teeth?
God. Oh, it's so annoying to listen to.
Really? Teeth was one
Yes.
of Teeth was from that record that I put on my list.
Really?
That was considered. It didn't make the round of alternates, but it was considered.
Oh man, yeah, those two songs I can't stand them. Oh.
Wow.
And then Telephone was one of my alternates because Beyonce.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just great.
It's so good.
I
feel like we should.
If you haven't heard that Britney Spears Telephone version,
I have not. I need to look that up.
it's so it's so fun. It's just like, because you know the Britney grovel, like the very like, I'm trying to be sexy baby all the time, and you're like, what's happening? It's just like that voice, but doing telephone, like, hey, babe, like, what did you say? You're breaking up. And you're just like, what is happening? This is such a weird, I feel like we're on a different timeline where that's a Britney song. Nothing against Britney, because I think Britney is great. And everyone pray for her. She did burn down her gym with those candles. So somebody just make sure we pray for her today.
Oh my god! I can't believe I forgot about it. Government Hooker.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
That song is so fun.
That song fucks literally.
Yeah, I don't think that it's on. I don't think that it's in the top 7. Probably not even the top 10. But that song is so fun.
That's some dumb German Maryland drag that is just so silly. Where she like wants to be fucking JFK. Like, what is happening? It's about Maryland, right? Like she was the government hooker that everyone was sleeping with, and that they eventually killed. Because yes, the government did kill her, y'all. Facts. But no, yeah, it's a good song. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm so sorry. I am absolutely all over the place today. Government Hooker is so good. Just like that.
I'm having an issue right now.
What is your issue?
I am looking at all of Lady Gaga's song, and I don't see Disco Stick anywhere.
Love Game.
Where'd it go? Love Game?
That's Love Game.
Is that Love Game? I'm not a real stan. I guess that I've always called it Disco Stick.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the iconic line for sure.
Yeah.
But that's Love Game.
It's a dick.
Yeah,
it is a dick.
That is what she's referring to, yes. It's a human male organ.
Well, no, there's an interview with Lady Gaga, and people are like, well, Disco Stick, it makes it sound sexual. And she's like, it's a penis.
That's what it is.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think Gaga's great. And to go back to the new single that just came out, I am so excited for Chromatica, guys.
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out because I've been pretty checked out on her for a while, but I like these last two songs. So.
They're great. They're so fun. Like,
if you couldn't tell by my picks, I've been pretty checked out on her for a while. So
I mean, yeah. But so there was a lot on Born This Way that I thought was like, Marry the Night was cool if it was like half the length. I feel like I feel like that song's too long for what it's giving. It's not really giving a whole lot, but the chorus is still sick. I think it's a cool song. There's a song I put on here that I feel like it didn't make even my alternates, but Americano. From Born This Way.
I've never listened to that song.
It's not good, but I like it. It's not a good song, but I like it. Like,
okay, so that's how I feel about Venus. It's not a good song, but I like it.
Okay.
I do.
Can we go?
It's so weird.
Can we just go through Art Pop and talk about those songs real quick?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Venus sounds like she really desperately wanted to be David Bowie.
Oh, it was too much.
Wanted to be David Bowie, but she just couldn't get there, man.
I feel like,
and she does that dumb voice most of the time.
She
that I love.
does. Venus. You're like, oh my God, stop. Wait, what?
I'm just singing the song. I can't.
I feel like this album had so many good moments. Like it had ideas, good ideas generally, that almost all of them flopped. So I think I don't want to fully knock whoever produced this, but I feel like this album is an instance of she had a producer who didn't say no.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
She had so many ideas for what she wanted to do with this, and she just didn't have somebody to edit. Like,
also the fact that she did a song with T.I., Too Short, and Twista called Jewels and Drugs. What the fuck?
Which I'm like, get that feature.
What was that?
But what is that? Yeah, exactly. Like, what?
I don't know. I feel like features should maybe make some sort of sense.
Yeah.
To an extent, at least. That was excessive.
It was excessive. And then the fucking R. Kelly song.
Yeah, I was going to say not to mention that song with R. Kelly.
So I will fully say and argue that song is good, but the only version I will listen to now is the Christina Aguilera feature. Because she did a version of that song instead of R. Kelly. She had Christina.
I have not listened to that, actually. I did not care enough to listen to it.
It's pretty fucking cool. Because I think generally it's a good song. Some of the messaging is really fucked about just like non-consensual sex acts.
Gnarly.
Which is just fucked. Especially like, Jesus, R. Kelly's the one on that song? God damn it. Like, this is... Gaga, how did you not know? I'm sure you did, but it was
we have to really, really... mention that Lady Gaga has done quite a bit of questionable things in her career.
She has.
To get to where she is. She really has.
Yeah.
But, a lot of pop stars really have.
To not excuse it, yeah.
It's not an excuse, but Lady Gaga has truly done some really wacky shit, like having R. Kelly feature.
Well, I will say, not, like, again, she still did that, but she scrubbed that song from the discography. Like, it's not anywhere available online. Any current re-release pressings of any of the physical distribution, the song will not be featured. Like, because what were who was I talking to you, Shelby, recently about that? About like problematic faves who you love their music, but it's like they're kind of questionable and shitty.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
And I think like you're allowed to make mistakes, and I think that was a big mistake. And I think it was very like, how could Gaga not know? I don't know. I don't want to blame her for that in any regard, but I think she did handle it well, just by being like, oh yeah, he sucks. That song no longer exists. And you're like, oh, okay, like go off. And she's like, and I'm moving on. And you're like, all right, yeah, great. Fuck R. Kelly, and we're done. That's great. So, I mean, personally, would I like to see a re-release of that song with the Christina feature? Yes. but that's just me.
It's also it's also understandable as to why she probably won't do that.
Yeah, it's just a very like lyrically it is messy.
But I agree. Like, think about how much money goes into producing one Lady Gaga song.
Oh, right.
And for her to truly purchase all of the rights to that song and to make sure that it's not going to end up anywhere that has her name attached to it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, people leak music and people are going to put it up on the internet, but she is not going to acknowledge that exists probably ever again.
Exactly. And see, it's one of these things, and I don't want to like pit stars against stars, but it's one of the problems I have with like, and this, I don't think this is generally a problematic statement, but the problems I have with Kim Petras and Doja Cat, like, they're working with Dr. fucking Luke.
Yeah.
Knowledgeably, he's going by a pseudonym because of all of the Kesha rape and all of that stuff. Like, so he knows what he did to the point where he's using a pseudonym, and still
and those stars know.
Trans pop icon Kim Petras is still choosing to work with Dr. Luke, and Doja Cat is still choosing to work with Dr. Luke. And again, they made great records. I've actually, like, I barely listened to either one of them for that reason. Again, not to like put women down at all.
Yeah.
But it is just like, it's hard.
Have you listened to the Nicki Minaj verse on that remix?
Yes, I have.
It's bad. It's very bad.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan. Say So's cool. I think it's a cool song. I think good for Doja Cat, like just really hitting it hard and going for it. Like going from Bitch I'm a Cow to like the biggest fucking song on TikTok and like slowly becoming one of the biggest pop songs of today. Like good for her. That's incredible and awesome. And again, Kim Petras, like this young trans woman who's just killing it on the fun fucking pop music front. Like just go the fuck off. It's just a huge shame that like they choose to continue to work with Dr. Luke
when they could at this point work with anybody.
Yeah, you know, you've like made a name for yourself. Like I say use that asshole and ditch him. Go. Like you've made a name for yourself. Now distance yourself, y'all. Like why are we still chilling with him? Again,
agreed.
It's a whole thing, and I'm sure there are some guy. I made some sort of comment in my story a while back about, I think it was like when Kim Petras was putting out her second Halloween album, and still chose to work with him for the same record. And a couple gays got in my DMs trying to be like, well, why don't you cancel Mitski? Why don't you cancel this other person? Why don't you cancel this? I'm just like you're choosing to try to cancel a trans icon. I'm like, I'm not canceling them. She's sick. I think Kim Petras is awesome and good for her, but why are you working with him? Like, come on, like you're still making a choice. You're making a choice to work with this person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, like, just come on. I don't know.
Like you said, use them and ditch them.
Yeah, like you've done it, and if you're like, ooh, this is a mistake, let me go. Then yeah, you know how to write bops. Like both of them know how to write a fucking hit. They know how to write a pop song. They know how to write bops. Take that energy, take that skill, take that talent, and go work with some more reputable, less fucking sexual, predatory producers. You know, there's plenty. There's a ton of great producers out there.
Boom.
I don't know. Jake, do you have anything to say? I heard you like about stuff.
No, I was just listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with controversies and all that stuff. The only thing I knew was the R. Kelly thing, really. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You remember when she was in Machete Kills? That was weird.
Yes.
That movie was weird.
I loved it though. Like, come on.
Yeah, I love the first one and that one. Yeah.
It's so silly. Like, and that's the Gaga that I'm like, oh, this is who I signed up for. Like,
yeah.
Like a self-referential, silly. I don't know. I just think she's cool. And again, like a lot of the older gays who like, oh, she just ripped off Madonna. I'm like, yeah, go off. She did. She 100% did. There's a lot that she took, but she's doing a great job. Like, I love it. But not like good for Madonna too. It's not I don't know. It's a whole thing. But
well, it seems that we have naturally come to some sort of lull.
Yeah. So before we go, let's one more time go through the definitive list of the best Lady Gaga songs.
The only
okay?
list.
Yeah, the only list that exists. Number 7, Stupid Love. Number 6, Fashion of His Love. Number 5, AA, Nothing Else I Can Say. Number 4, Telephone. Number 3, Hey Girl. Number 2, Bad Romance. And number 1, the best Lady Gaga song, The Cure.
And the fact that Eric and I both agreed that The Cure is number 1 means that in this life that it truly is.
Yeah.
They ran that way towards the other door.
How can two people be so wrong?
You need to get out of here
You're
with
the
your.
wrong one. You put "Baby It's Cold Outside" on your list, and that's a Christmas song.
You put a Christmas cover.
You put a Christmas cover on your top Lady Gaga song. You're not a part of this conversation.
You put a seasonal cover on a definitive list of an artist's best songs.
It's true.
Like,
and truly, what a slap in the face to her.
What a slap in the face, honestly.
Your
best song is not your song.
I would do the same thing for No Use for a Name.
Dude, she's like long now.
Oh.
But anyway,
by the end of the month,
there it was, guys.
That was great. Jake, thank you for setting this up.
Playing. No problem. I can't wait to do. Hopefully we can do.
Ooh, what is that?
More. Hopefully we can do more in the future. And
yeah.
Road trip and come down.
I look forward to hearing your lists.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
I look forward to you competing. All right, guys.
Dope.
I will.
Okay, this has been the Lousy Advice podcast. What was the game called?
TuneDraft.
This is TuneDraft episode 1, the Lady Gaga edition of the Lousy Advice podcast. We're gonna have more of these because this was a hoot.
Yeah.
Go get gay and listen to Rain on Me.
Please.
Yeah.
Listen to it in the shower.
Yeah, go get gay. Just do it. Also, did you guys see that stupid fucking filter and how it just looks like cum?
Yeah.
I love it.
It does. Yeah.
So funny. There's an Instagram filter that is the official Gaga Chromatica Rain on Me filter, and it just looks like cum dripping down your face. It's so fun.
I love that.
I'm absolutely here. I'm just like, yeah, you know what you did. You made this is just.
I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
After we get off this, I'm gonna take a picture of me with that filter.
Do it. We have to do it. We have to do it for him, for the fans.
We had to do it to him.
We had to. Canonically, there was no other option.
You're right.
Okay, y'all. Well, this was awesome. I miss you guys.
Miss you guys.
Miss you too.
Hopefully, we'll get to see each other soon. Also, restaurants reopened in Sacramento, so I'm assuming it's another 6 months because people suck.
Yeah, it's in 54 of the 58 counties were all opening. So
yeah,
it's statewide, y'all.
It's a thing. Damn. Okay, well, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Love you.
Bye bye.